It's my privilege at this time to introduce and announce a special telephone message from the White House. From the time of his maiden political appearance before our nation on behalf of Barry Goldwater in 1964, Ronald Reagan has been the leading exponent of the proposition that fidelity to the Constitution is the bedrock principle to which all else must yield in our body politic. He has altered the terms of the public discourse so that it is once again possible for organizations such as our Federalist Society to take the Constitution seriously as a text and to discuss its provisions in terms of their binding effect as fundamental law. Mr. Attorney General, ladies and gentlemen, it's my high privilege to introduce the President of the United States. Mr. President, I think someone else is on the phone. Hold on a second. You better, we could break through at any minute, so just pretend that I'm delivering some scintillating discourse up here. Mr. President?
Yes. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President. Ed Meese and Brad Reynolds and Judge Bork are here at the head table with me, and we are looking forward to your message.
Go ahead.
What?
Hello?
Mr. President.
Yes.
This is Ken Cribb, and I have with me Ed Meese, Judge Bork, Brad Reynolds at the head table, and about 1,000 Federalists who are looking forward to hearing from you.
Well, Ken, I'm pleased to have this opportunity. Sorry that I couldn't be there in person with your very distinguished group. This is an extraordinary gathering of some of the nation's top lawyers, judges, and legal scholars. You've come together for an important purpose: to examine the proper role of courts in our constitutional system and to discuss ways in which the legal community can work to curb judicial activism and promote respect and appreciation for constitutional values. You know, this is an especially appropriate occasion for such an event, the beginning of the bicentennial year of our Constitution. As I noted in my State of the Union address last Tuesday, the preamble to our Constitution contains 3 words that embody the fundamental difference between our country and those countries such as the Soviet Union, whose constitutions grant freedom in theory but not in practice. Those 3 words are, "We the people." In those other countries, the government tells the people what they're permitted to do. In our Constitution, we the people tell the government what it can do. Our Constitution makes clear that ultimate authority resides not in government, but in the American people, and that idea has kept us free for 200 years. The structure of government designed by the framers protects individual liberty by ensuring against the concentration of power in any one branch or level of government. And this is accomplished through a carefully crafted system of checks and balances which rests on the twin constitutional doctrines of federalism and separation of powers. Because the purpose of the Constitution is expressed in the structure it creates, we must respect each of its parts as essential to the meaning of the whole. All 3 branches of the federal government, executive, legislative, and judicial, have a special obligation to maintain fidelity to these ideals as expressed and embodied in our written Constitution, the supreme law of the land. This bicentennial year represents an opportunity for us all to affirm and strengthen our adherence to those ideals. One of my proudest achievements has been the placing on the federal bench of men and women committed to judicial restraint, to enforcing the law rather than making it. I understand that many of the law professors I've nominated to the courts of appeals, and one, Justice Scalia, whom I appointed to the Supreme Court, once served as faculty advisors to law school chapters of the Federalist Society. I know that many members of the Federalist Society are now working in my administration, particularly in the Justice Department under Attorney General Meese. Your organization has been a source of strength for us. As conservative scholar Richard Weaver once pointed out, ideas have consequences. Well, the Federalist Society is waging the war of ideas on behalf of the ideals of our founding fathers. Your work is already having an impact. Keep it up. I wish I could have been there with you, but God bless you all, and good night.
Mr. President, exactly 10 years ago this month in this very room, and I remember because I happened to be MC that night too, you called on conservatives to continue to work within the Republican Party for electoral victory, and that electoral victory was forthcoming in 1980. And tonight you're calling for a different kind of victory, a victory for the integrity of the Constitution over those who, often from the best of motivations, play fast and loose with its written text. The Federalists are young, and they're vigorous, and they're talented, and they're numerous, and they're not going to tire in their efforts to respond to your call.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Good night.
All right. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.